basically, this is old and some of the functions don't work very well. But it's really good because you can clamp things down in this really heavy clamp. Okay, so things don't move. You can clamp them with these vice grips, or you can just clamp the clamp down, which is what I do. Okay, does everybody know how to use vice grips?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, all right, okay. So this is just like your flex shaft, except that it has 3 holes here to tighten. You're going to tighten all 3, not just one. And just like drilling, you start with the smallest drill bit you have and work your way up for metal, okay? Otherwise it will bind. So I'm going to tighten this down. So if I hold this collet and this and twist them in opposite ways, that tightens it enough. And then this, you tighten it. All 3, you need to tighten. Okay? That looks good. Now, in order to move this up and down to touch your piece, how am I going to do this? You need to move this around with your hand. Okay, so that will lower the drill bit and raise the drill bit. Okay? There used to be a way that you could adjust it so it would only go so far, but that doesn't work very well. The on-off button is here, so I'll turn it on. Just so you know. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that you secure whatever piece you have. Under no circumstances do you hold it in your hand. If you hold it in your hand and the bit catches and this spins around, it can slice your fingers, okay? And I have seen it happen before to a technician, not Kat, another technician, who thought she could just do it quickly without securing the piece. So I always secure the piece, and then I always use these to secure this. Now these can be moved around by loosening down here and moving them as needed. Okay? So that's nice and secure. These are secure. And then,
Andrea,
yeah.
do you need any kind of like Pro Cut or anything on it?
You should have some sort of lubricant. It will help these last longer, but I'm just gonna do it. We'll see. And these are used extensively, so hopefully I've picked one that's sharp, so we'll see. So this is a relatively thick piece of metal. It's gonna make a lot of noise. Little curly cues. Now, if it's a thicker piece of metal, you might have to go down and back out a little bit just to get all that stuff to come out. What I mean by that is you go down and come up a little bit. Let me show you.
Are we using the same drill bits we already have, or we get the ones from Cat for this?
You get the ones from Cat. Unless they're, smaller than this, and then you use your own, but. So go down and up. Go down and up. There, up. Down and up. Any questions about that? It's pretty straightforward, but it works super well for, thick pieces of metal. You may not have a drill bit at home, and that's why Tony made you do it that way. Oh, that one's just loose. We'll see. But you can see how nice you get these little curly cues here. And so it drills really well. I would suggest, though, regular drilling you still do at your bench with your flex shaft. Use this only for really thick pieces of metal. More than 2 millimeters or something like that, and I would do it here. Or what you were doing with those multiple layers of stuff, you can drill a very straight hole through many layers. Okay? All right, that's it. Any questions? Once you're done, clean up any mess that you've made, please. Even if you think it's very little mess, because your very little mess will add on to somebody else's very little mess, and then suddenly it will become a big mess.
Do we need to have the vent on for this or no?
No, and if this was in another room, you wouldn't even need to wear your mask, because the pieces are so large they don't really get into your, they don't fly enough to get into your lungs. Okay, but it's just because it is the polishing room, you have to. Any questions? Any other questions? Okay, thank you for your attention.